What you talking about, fat? I'm on my way to the Fit Expo, buddy. You talking about fat? That's Chuck. Yeah, so Charles Barkley was talking about how the comparison with Draymond talking all that smack about him. And he's like, look, as far as comparison, he don't know why everybody want to keep talking about him, but he's like, I'm just minding my own business. But he's saying that he's a better shooter than Charles. Charles said he's probably a better shooter than me, better passer, but he's not a better rebounder or a better scorer than me, which is true. Charles is a better rebounder, and the only comparison he could find between the two is that they both undersized. But to him, could he guard Chuck?
He's probably a better shooter, a better defender. He's clearly not a better scorer, a better rebounder, but he's a better shooter and a better defender.
Can he guard you?
Come on, man.
Can he guard you?
Wait, no.
Okay.
You guarded the Chuck back in the day?
Okay, talk that talk, Chuck.
I mean, listen. I love when guys talk about guys who can play good defense. I'm like, nobody gonna stop me, Karl Malone, Kevin McHale, Larry Bird. This stuff ain't about great defense. You can't stop a great player. But like I say,
you're not gonna have my name on that list. You're just gonna.
Nobody's gonna like.
No, but you just said McHale, Malone.
No, I'm talking. I was naming power forwards.
Okay, all right.
Because he's an undersized power forward, and I don't ever worry about little guys guard me ever. When I saw little guys, I was like, "That's barbecue chicken."
You said that even before he thought of it. Big churro.
No, but like I say, listen, he's a very good player. I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. I feel like people are texting me like, "Dude, I'm not too good. I don't."
Barbecue chicken. Oh man. Poor man's Anthony Mason. Oh no. Now come on, he's a better player than Anthony Mason. You think Anthony Mason could run the point? Anthony Mason was good, but he couldn't pass like that. He didn't have the vision and court awareness of Chuck used to rebound and jump with the best of them. He's one of the best in the game at doing it. That's why I always respected Chuck.
So over a week of rest, does this concern you at all?
No, a very veteran team, guys who are going to keep themselves in shape. After not playing for a week, it usually takes you, a few minutes to just kind of gain that rhythm. But I'll take a week's rest for this group who's a little banged up. But, as I got older, I watched this game because I knew he was undersized and the things that he could do. I could try to add some of that stuff to my game, but he didn't influence me at all. He told y'all in 90 that he wasn't your kid role model anyway.
Yeah, he did.
What was that, 90-something?
I was, what was that? I was young.
In the late 90s.
So.
Early, like mid.
So, there you have it. He wasn't my role model. I grew up in Saginaw, Michigan, where you play at Civitan, you play at Vest Park. That's what you do. You talk. You talk junk during basketball. That's how I was raised. I was raised in a family like that, so I didn't need a Charles Barkley to influence me. My mom didn't let us look up to people anyway. My mom didn't believe in you need to be protected.
patting yourself after some guy you don't even know.
Hey, Chuck.
They like, hey, Chuck. And Barry Davis over there instigate. Go ahead, talk that talk, Chuck.
Probably a better shooter, player. Seemed like a good kid.
You see similarities in your game?
Watch,
About me, which is interesting.
watch Barrett over there instigating.
Out of my own business. And people talk about me, which is interesting. You're welcome for the love, TNT. Listen, Draymond is a very good player. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I don't take offense if people are not a fan of mine. He's a terrific player. Seemed like a good kid.
You see similarities in your game? Do you see some of your game in his game?
I think that we both undersized. He's probably a better shooter, a better defender. He's clearly not a better scorer, a better rebounder, but he's a better shooter and a better defender.
Can he guard you?
Come on, man.
Can he guard you?
Wait, no.
Okay.
He guarded the Chuck back in the day.
Okay, talk that talk,
listen,
Chuck.
I mean, listen.
Look at him talk that talk,
I love when
Chuck.
guys say about guys who can play good defense. I'm like,
Look at his instigation.
I love when guys talk about guys who can play good defense. I'm like,
Talk,
listen,
Chuck.
I mean, listen.
Talk that talk, Chuck.
Talk that talk,
Listen,
Chuck.
I mean, listen. I love when guys talk about guys who can play good defense. I'm like, nobody gonna stop me, Karl Malone, Kevin McHale, Larry Bird. This stuff like about great defense. You can't stop a great player. Don't stop me. He guarded the Chuck back in the day.
Can he guard you, Chuck?
Wait, no. He guarded the Chuck back in the day.
Okay,
And a better defender.
can he guard you?
Come on, man.
Look at Barry Davis instigate.
Wait, no. He guarded the Chuck back in the day.
Okay, talk that talk,
Listen,
Chuck.
I mean, listen. I love
Talk
when
that
guys
talk,
about guys
Chuck.
who play good defense. I'm like, nobody gonna stop me, Karl Malone, Kevin McHale, Larry Bird. This stuff like about great defense. You can't stop a great
Look
player.
at Shaq. I ain't on the list.
like I said,
No, you ain't on no list.
You're not gonna have my name on that list. You just gonna.
I mean,
Nobody's gonna like. No, but you just said McHale, Malone. Like, no, I'm talking. I was naming power forwards. Okay, all right. Because he's an undersized power forward, and I don't ever worry about little guys guard me ever. When I saw little guys, I was like, "That's barbecue chicken."
you said that even before he thought of it. Big churro.
Listen,
Eat him up, Chuck.
Player. I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. Like people are texting me like, "Dude, I'm not too good. I don't feel the need to respond."
I like to respond, though. I think that, one, he may not have seen you play, and so he don't know the impact and the influence that comes from being an undersized power forward. If there's no Charles Barkley, you know what I mean? There's no opportunity for young guys, for young power forwards, for power forwards like KG and the people that he did watch, they watch you. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times I just think that there's a huge disconnect in generation and the generation gap. And, I'm not up here all the time, so I'm watching on TV and I see that, you guys are up here and, you're a little older, you're a little heavier now, you know what I mean? But these guys don't know.
Talk about Shaq like that.
These guys don't know when you were young and skinny and handsome and athletic, all the things that you guys can do. So,
Well said. Well said.
yeah.
I like his answer in the beginning because, when you come in this league and you're making money, you want to make a name for yourself. You want to be who you are. So I like that answer where he says, hey, I'm not Barkley, I'm Draymond Green. And, I agree with Chuck. Like, you don't have to be a fan of somebody, but it's cool. Sometimes the media try to take some.
I'm gonna get personal, but I want to. But to be serious for a second, I want to give a shout out to Paul Pierce. Amazing career and a good guy. Now he's got to figure out what he wants to do the rest of his life. But I want to personally congratulate him on an amazing career and probably one of the great nicknames.
The truth, for sure.
Hey, one of the great nicknames in NBA history.
You're welcome.
Truth.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
I gave him that name.
Shaq want credit for everything. What about my name? What? So right now I'm a little out of it. I gotta get ready to go to the Fit Fest because I'm fit and in shape. Still a little exhausted from last night. But what do you think about Charles Barkley? Who do I think was better? Charles Barkley or Draymond Green? Here's the thing. Charles Barkley, the only time he's played with 4 all-star players is when he was on the Dream Team or an all-star game. That is the only time he has played with like 4 all-stars on the team. And when he did play, Charles Barkley was the best player on the court. Did you know he led the Dream Team in scoring? With all them Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, all he led the entire Dream Team in scoring. Barkley was destroying the entire Dream Team. Without him, they wouldn't have won by 25,000. Charles Barkley could not be guarded by anyone from any country. And another thing, Charles Barkley is by far a force on the rebounds. Draymond do not rebound like Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley was aggressive. He was 6'5", but he could not palm it. He had small hands. He could not palm a basketball. So he had to dribble with his head down and keep moving forward and use his momentum and his size advantage. And it's just pure will of Charles. He was ferocious when he played. And he could single-handedly take you down and change a game. Playing with mediocre talent, being a franchise player that he is. Now, with all that being said, what Draymond adds to the game is he's a better passer, he's a better defender for his position. But that's where it ends. He could probably shoot the ball better than Charles. Maybe. But Charles is by far the better scorer. But we never seen Draymond have to be the super offensive guy. In this series he's been, because he's wide open because they're guarding everybody else. So we can't put Draymond in these type of conversations yet because of the fact that Draymond Green plays with the last 3 MVPs or whatever. You got Kevin Durant, who's an MVP. You have Steph Curry, who's a 2-time MVP. You got Klay Thompson on there, who could definitely be an all-star right there. So you got like 3-4 all-stars on the team that you playing with, all on one team. So it's kind of hard, even though he is the heart of that team. When he goes to the bench, the game changes. He is the most valuable piece on that floor. He's an X factor. Nobody can pass like him to the interior. Steph Curry can't do it. And he was like a big point guard when he has the ball. He could bring the ball up if he wanted to and actually run that point. No, please don't say Stacey King. Now you're going way too far. No. Stacey was done once he came to the league. He was an overrated college basketball player. Yes, he was a big bum, and that's all he doing now is talking like he's great. But what people got to realize is that when you're talking about Charles Barkley, it's like, what are you joking? Like, I think because y'all see him on TNT, most of these young kids, like he said, it's a disconnect. You don't know who Charles Barkley really is and what he was. He was a one-man wrecking crew. He'll go coast to coast. I have yet to see Dre do any of these things. Charles had heart. See, when Charles came, he played with Dr. J for 1 year. It was Dr. J's last year. Ugh, Charles. Ugh. Nobody wanted to win more than Charles. That's Barkley. Then he went to Phoenix. Everybody was like, how Charles is going to be. Soon as he got there, he won MVP. Went to the finals. He got robbed in 1990 of his MVP. They gave it to Magic Johnson. Charles was clearly the best player in the league that year. But he finally got it when he went to Phoenix. I remember this shot. This to put the Spurs out, the playoffs. Charles, bang! Then he went to Houston and the wheels fell off. Then he just started fighting everybody because he wasn't as good anymore. Then he beat up Shaq. Beating Shaq up. Boom! So, the bad boy Pistons versus LeBron James. LeBron would average 15 points on the Pistons. 15 points. Even today, he would average 15 points against the bad boy Pistons. There would be no hope for him. No hope whatsoever. I'll tell you what, Draymond is not a franchise player, but we don't know if he's a franchise player or not. Because he plays on Golden State, you can't really judge him. We don't know what he can be. We don't know what he is. Because you playing on a team that has 3 All-Stars. You know, 2 of them are MVPs. You got 3 MVP awards on that team right now with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. And then you got Klay Thompson on the team. There's so many weapons on the team. You can't. We don't know if Dre definitely, if you put him on another team, Draymond can average 20-something points a game. He can give you 20 and 10. Easy. With 5 assists. It's not for him to score a lot. In this series, he's been forced to score a lot. But what did I tell you they was going to do? What did I tell you they were going to do? Yeah, he did win Finals MVP. But what did I tell you they were going to do? To Draymond Green in Utah. As soon as he got there, they tried to foul him out the game so that they would have a chance. Well, Utah's game plan is to leave him open on the passes and forcing Draymond to have to hit the shot. And Draymond has been hitting the shot. Right, you're not going to leave Steph or Klay open. You would leave Draymond open. It makes more sense. But what they're doing in Utah is they're bringing that big, gigantic center of theirs out of the they're bringing that big, gigantic center. They're making him step up. So when he steps up, and got to play Kevin Durant for the jump shot, it leaves the lane open. So you could get interior passes or people moving in through the lanes. So the big guy getting mad, and then he going to try to foul Kevin Durant and rough him up, throw an elbow his way because he's a 7-footer. And 7-footers don't like to step up. They rather step back than step up. Govert. Yeah, well, whatever that big, gigantic Sasquatch name is. Govert, all he could do is step up, and he don't want to step up. Big guys like to step back. Gobert. Tearing those bums up. And that's why they had to get him out of the series. Yeah, Dre has a ring. But he plays with 3 All-Stars. I guess you could say Charles played with 3 All-Stars in Phoenix. But who was another All-Star besides Kevin Johnson? Dan Thunder Marley? Come on. Really? Phoenix was a better team than the Bulls. But it would have been a different series had they had Cedric Sabalas. But in 93, the Bulls is on their last leg. They knew how to win games, like playoff games. They knew how to close. They had so much experience that even though they weren't the same anymore as they used to be as a team, they knew how to close. And that's the problem that a lot of teams have, like the Washington Wizards. They don't know how to close. They're learning on the job, but you got to know how to close. The Pistons knew how to do it. The Bulls learned how to do it. And this is why teams like the Utah Jazz and all these other teams, they used to lose in the fourth quarter the way they did, because you have to learn how to close. And that's what championship teams do. They know how to close. When the game gets late in the last 2 minutes, they not worried. They relaxed because they know how to close the game. I don't care where he go. Long as he don't go to Detroit, I'm very happy with Paul George going anywhere. Long as he off my screen. And I ain't got to see him no more. I'm going to the fitness expo, eating my gummy bears. Don't tell nobody. Everybody in there supposed to be fitness fit like me. See the guns of the Navarone? So let me go ahead and get prepared. I'll be right back later on. Don't forget to watch the videos. Paul George sucks. That's why we don't like him. If he didn't suck, we would like him. And don't forget, follow my other page for my movies. Screen Fiend. It's 2 words. Screen, then Fiend. There's only one video up right now, and that's the Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, you want another Rick James story? I'll give it to you. Yeah, Screen, then Fiend. Who's your cousin, Trez? The pitching is what's wrong with the Cubs. We scoring enough runs. The pitching is off. This is when we supposed to start pulling away. Oh, Rick, your cousin. That's cool. Well, you got to be enjoying these cousins because you learning a lot about your cousin. Look at that boy with the fresh fade. He's amazing. Well, they just lost the fight date to Canelo and Golovkin because Conor McGregor and the UFC is holding up the fight. But Conor wanted to wait till his son was born. Now his son's born. They can move forward, hopefully. And blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it's your boy Carcino. I got to get out of here. Don't forget to check out my Guardian of the Galaxy review on Screen Fiend. Yep, that's the page name, Screen Fiend. Because I'm a Screen Fiend. I just saw the fight on the screen. On the silver screen. Oh, y'all ain't fit like me, though. Fit Finley over here. My haircut is amazing, man. See what that is? See, they don't hand that out at the store. You gotta earn those. You gotta earn those. The shirt ain't tight. The muscles is just bursting them. They can't cover it. There's no escape. See them triceps coming in and fill that shirt up? Boom. You see, you know me, G. What are you gonna do when the largest arms in the world comes down on you?